In the latest batch of Love is Blind episodes, Lauren unfortunately is still being a pick-me, begging for David. We start where we left off, which is basically the morning after David disinvites Lauren to his get-together with his boys because he's saying how his boys don't really like Lauren and think she's a whore out here. On top of that, he's kind of packed his bags and is going to stay at like another apartment. I think, you know, that apartment where people have fights. It seems that's where he's going to kind of get himself right, you know, to think about whether their relationship can continue. So when he left the apartment, did he take that time to think about their relationship? Of course he didn't. He went out to the bar with his boys and met up with some people from the pods and basically had an all-nighter. And Lauren knows about this. She knows about all of this. I'm assuming somebody either told her, maybe she was looking at people's stories, but she knows that he's been out on the town. And she doesn't make an issue when they discuss it, which is already like a question mark for me, because it's like she's trying to hold on to this relationship so bad that now she's like minimizing the disrespect. Because what do you mean you're out on the town till 3 a.m. after you're basically telling me that you don't know if this relationship is working? Clearly you weren't doing that thinking. But anyway, I digress. We know Lauren's a pick-me. Anywho, she basically texts him in the morning to be like, how are you? And she's only on one tick. Or she says green. I don't know whether it is one tick green. I don't know what that means. So she basically assumes that his phone died. That's the story that he says. But obviously she brings it up first. And when she brings it up, he's like, that's a convenient excuse. But I just feel like it was very convenient that his phone died. I feel like it was either intentionally turned off or he was on his second phone, because David definitely gives second phone vibes. But anyway, at 2 p.m. now, he comes strolling into the apartment like nothing's wrong. Like he didn't do nothing. And he strolled in it. I feel like he strolled in knowing that he was going to get away with whatever he was doing last night. And he was right, because like I said, Lauren is in let me make this relationship pick me work mode. And I don't know whether David was kind of hoping the disrespect, him going out to the bar, staying out late, and then like not contacting her till the afternoon and then coming back like he didn't do anything wrong, was going to turn him off, was going to turn Lauren off and make her break up with him. But he's mistaken, because Lauren is one tough pick me cookie. And what happens is, they keep going back and forth with this same ass story. Oh, my friends have heard about this relationship with you and your friends and benefits. They're saying that he was a boyfriend. They're saying it was serious. I don't know if you're serious or not. I can't trust you, blah, blah, blah. My sister's also saying stuff, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I care about what people think, blah, blah, blah. The same story that they keep saying. Lauren, of course, is going back and forth defending herself, saying, I'm ready for marriage. I want you. You know, it wasn't that serious. And I'm just like, are both of you not bored? Are both of you not bored right now? Because I'm fucking bored right now. After the back and forth, Lauren is still there. She manages to get David to meet her family. We see David meet Lauren's mother on camera. The dad wasn't there. He said he didn't want to be on camera. I totally get that, especially considering the baboon that Lauren has as a fiance. But Lauren's mum is there, probably trying to be supportive and whatnot. But with the interaction with Lauren's mum, I feel like the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in terms of the generational pick-me. Because usually I feel like meeting the parents is like either somewhat like nice and warm or like kind of like an interrogation, right? Usually there's a little bit of an interrogation for the mother. But it seemed like this was like a PR meeting, family meet. It seems like Lauren's mother was trying to advertise her as a good wife and as a good option for David, and basically trying to calm his nerves in terms of his doubts, or rather than check him and be like, Lauren is that girl, like you are missing out and you need to fix up, because all of this wahala is ridiculous. And then to make matters worse, David pretty much insults Lauren in front of her mother. He plays it off as a joke, but he starts saying like, oh, she's not cute. I hate being around her. I don't want to be with her. And he's making it sound like a joke, right? Absolutely not. I don't feel like the mother was laughing along, but she didn't really say anything. She didn't really check him. And yeah, it was just fucking like, what the fuck? I was like, surely it's enough now. Surely it's time to cuss him out. No, she didn't cuss him out. And I was just like, if it was my daughter, I would have cussed him out clean about you're talking about my daughter's not cute and you hate being around her. Fuck off then. At the very least, I would have pulled her to the side and be like, this is not your husband. This is not your husband. But like I said, it was given very much PR, you know, we need my daughter to have a husband and this Dave guy's gonna do. So we need to convince him. That's what it was given. And again, Lauren is still like trying to make this relationship work after this guy has insulted you in front of your mother, like embarrassed you in front of your mother. And for me, it's just like really wild. And then also on Dave's part as well, it's just wild. He's probably thinking, I just insulted this girl in front of her mother and she still wants to be with me. That is fucking wild. And it's fucking wild to even want to do that in the first place. Like, it's very weird on both parts. Then Dave meets Lauren's father, who's also called Dave. I think her dad's also called Dave. So Dave meets Dave. And it seems like Dave is the only real ass bitch in this family. And I would have loved to have seen this on TV. But basically, Lauren's dad checks Dave. And it's basically like, it seems to me that you're unserious. It seems like Lauren is ready for marriage. And I know that Lauren is ready for marriage, but it seems like you're not because you're giving very much unserious. And Dave didn't like that. Dave didn't like being checked by Lauren's dad. And he now brings this energy back to Lauren because you've been clocked. You're not serious about marriage. Because if you were serious about marriage, this whole friends with benefit BS would not be an issue. So he basically goes to Lauren and is basically like, why is your dad coming for me? You clearly didn't tell your dad the truth. And he didn't say it outright. It seems like he was really trying to say, did you tell your dad that you were whoring out here and that's why I have an issue? And Lauren is basically like, both my parents know about the friends with benefits situation. It's only you that's being ridiculous about it. David is still really big mad and he starts deflecting and basically like high key starts coming for Lauren's dad. Lauren basically defends her dad a little bit, but I feel like she's skipping past the part like where David is like kind of coming for her dad. And it's just kind of like, what is it going to take for you to just be like, you get out my face and fuck off? I feel like this was very much like the gaslighting in this particular scene was on another level. And he was just throwing all the bombs at her to be like, break up with me, please, I'm begging, break up with me, because the gaslighting was wild. Then we get onto the topic of his family, namely his sister. Like this sister it's the fact that somebody we haven't met is basically their own character on this show. He starts talking about his sister, he starts talking about his family, and he starts saying conflicting things. Like he starts saying that his parents are not comfortable meeting her because of these friends with benefits rumors. Then he's saying that they do want to meet her and they are excited to meet her, but he doesn't want to introduce her to his family. And he keeps going back and forth between the two reasons. And it's all very confusing, but ultimately I feel like David has been exaggerating what his friends and family have actually said. Because I really just don't feel like it's normal for people who don't know somebody to have this much investment in somebody's love life to the point where they don't even want to meet the person. If I really was that suspicious of my friends or my siblings' partner, I would want to meet them. So the fact that David is making up all of these excuses, to me, doesn't make sense. And it's giving he never wanted to introduce Lauren to his family because he thought that Lauren would have broken up with him by now. And I think he definitely wanted Lauren to break up with him because he doesn't want to look like the bad guy. But newsflash, you already are the bad guy. In fact, you would be the better guy for just breaking up with her. And thankfully, he does. I feel like Lauren was picking so close to the sun that he was just like, this is enough now. This is a joke. I'm going to break up with you. And I think the general consensus is phew. Dare I say, thank you for putting everybody out of their misery of you guys being together.